A warm good evening and welcome to it. I'm Thomas Mlambo. You are just in time for the beginning of the show you love to watch on a Wednesday night. It is time for Sport at 10, and what have we got in store for you tonight? It is jam-packed. It has got lots of sports that some of them you have never seen played before and didn't even know existed. Starting with the two guests that I'll be introducing to you first. There you have them. It's Philip and Shiko, and they play men's netball. Yes, you heard me right. Men's netball, it's a sport and exists. And I think I know the secret to why they play it. I think it's about meeting girls. Before you thinking anything else, we will find out what men's netball is all about. We even have a national team. These are national team players. Right next to him, he's also been in the national team, but not the netball team. He is Orlando Pirates' Thembinkosi Lorch, who plays for Orlando Pirates and has had a season already since arriving back at Pirates from his loan at Tshepo that is worth talking about. Remember, the derby, he was man of the match. And then right next to him, we've got the voices you hear on Umhlobo Wenene, Amazan Changa, who, according to newspaper reports, is marrying Zahara. So we'll talk. Angazi, we'll find out. And Reggie Solani, their show is blowing up 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock on Umhlobo Wenene, and we'll find out if they know what they are talking about when it comes to their sports knowledge. The Sunday Times sports editor, BK. Good to have you with me. How are you, my man?
Great to be back, Timmy Thomas. Great to be with you. Are you good?
I'm great. Looking forward to a fantastic show.
It's going to be great.
Before we go too far, let's remind our viewers at home of a day that a lot of them will be very happy about. Maybe others weren't so happy about, but they won't forget it, because when South Africa is announced as a host of a major event, we all go, yes, we're getting it. And this is what it was like not so long ago as they spoke about Durban and said Commonwealth Games is coming.
Award the 22nd Commonwealth Games to the South African CGA and the host city of Durban. All those in favor, acclamation please. Forget the paddles.
And we all did this, and we said, Durban, wonderful, it's coming 2022. We are there for the Commonwealth Games. Now I hear Dololo Commonwealth Games.
Back in 2015, September, it was Wololo Commonwealth Games as per announcement. We were the only sole bidders for the games. This was after the city of Edmonton from Canada had pulled out of it. And so Durban, which was just a formality. But then from then on, there was a series of deadlines that Durban as a city and South Africa as a country had to meet. It has emerged and it has come out, even when it was happening back in the time, that these deadlines have not been met. So they had a meeting last weekend, the Commonwealth Games Federation Committee, and they came to a conclusion that South Africa is not in a state that is ready to host this. Now, part of the reason, and the main reason for that, is finances.
Imalening.
The games are supposed to take something in the region of 8 billion. And,
did you say B?
Yes, I said B as in BBK.
Billion.
8 BBKs.
Billion.
Right? So we only have 6 billion, right?
Billion rand.
Billion.
To host.
To host. Now, the idea is that you have to be able to have people coming in from the host countries, I mean the countries that are going to participate in the game, to come into the country. Durban is supposed to have a stadium that is ready. Fortunately, there was no stadium to be built because the Moses Mabhida Stadium was there. There has to be an athletic track because there's also that part of it. You just have to put it at Moses Mabhida. It is accommodated.
So basically we said, guys, the money that you want us to spend, we don't have that much. Can we talk about it? Can we maybe reduce the expenses? And then they kind of said, no, we actually really need all of this. And then the conversation fell apart. In terms of what you're talking about, Durban did submit and provide a revised budget, you know, and even that was not enough. But I think you have to look at it from South Africa's point of view. Yes, we are wrong in terms of missing the deadlines, because these things work in the same way as they work for FIFA, as they work for IOC, for the Olympics. But at the same time, the message is coming to say this is more, and this comes at a time where we have learned. Maybe if you go back to, say, a situation like 2010, you can say that South Africa was in what I can call virgin territory. We didn't know much about this thing. It was the first time, and we were basically accepting everything to a point where FIFA says that you're going to change 24 of your laws in order to suit us and to give you your games. You are going to do that. But now the argument coming from Minister Mbalula is that we are wiser, we are smarter, we are not going to be bullied. And we won't overspend.
Of course, but at the same time, I think it is only fair to say that they are going away simply because we are culpable in terms of not meeting up to the deadlines that we're supposed to. So Commonwealth Games zihambile. Masinganayo asinayo and futhi sinenkinga eziningi edinga imali njengamanje in South Africa, I think.
That's unfortunate, but we don't have it this time around. There'll be another time for Commonwealth Games.
120 million rands down the drain in terms of preparation.
You know, that number, I know people throw it around and stuff, and then I tried to think about it carefully. Because we spent that on the bid, right? But then I think about it, and I think, if you put that in dollars, it's actually not that many dollars. We're starting to talk about, what, 10 million?
I've got news for you,
We're talking about $10 million US. And then if you think about what it costs to bid for something, that's not going to be out of the realm of what people pay to bid for things.
In South Africa, 120 million
you need the exchange rate into it. But it's not outrageously preposterous like no one else has ever paid that much.
However, have the last word on that. 120 million is 120 million.
So it's a lot. But moving on to what else is going on in terms of withdrawals here on the African continent. The Flames of Malawi, a very dangerous football team on their day, we're not going to see them competing.
The Flames have been doused, not only in terms of the national team itself, but in terms of the country, Malawi. They had won the rights to host the 2019 AFCON and the 2018 CHAN. But now, it's never going to happen because they have pulled out. They are citing financial constraints themselves. One of the reasons that this is happening is because FEM, which is the Football Association of Malawi, had wanted to go on a 50-50 arrangement in terms of hiring a foreign coach who's going to come and coach the team. And the government said, no, Siga, it's not going to happen. And the last man they had as a coach was a foreigner. That was in September 2016 when they played an AFCON game, and he has a 100% record because they won that game 1-0. And you remember his name?
Tell me.
Ramadan.
Yeah.
Coach Damazulu. Coach Pushbacks. I mean, he coached the Black Leopards as well.
So, no Malawi in the AFCON qualifiers. They won't be involved in the CHAN, mainly because they simply cannot afford to be involved in the tournament.
They may get a fine from CAF.
No, they wanted to avoid the fines.
Yeah,
they want to avoid withdrawing early so that they don't get fined.
And if they do avoid the fine, I mean, if they don't succeed to avoid the fine, it's going to end up with the Football Association in terms of paying that. So if they want to avoid the fine, maybe the government then must say, we don't have the money for the fine, but we can reconsider our decision.
Speaking of money, those who are wanting to go down to Cape Town and ride in the Cape Town cycle tour, some of them talking about, I need a refund because the race didn't take place. But what's being said, and why did the Cape Town cycle tour not happen? Look at the wind.
That's wind. That you're talking about,
that is like, that bike is in the air because the wind is blowing that guy away.
35,000 of all of them.
They couldn't ride.
Those were the entrants. They could not ride. It was
this is not acting, guys. I mean, I just have to make that clear to people at home. These guys are not acting. The wind in Cape Town was so strong, you couldn't stay on your bike. You could literally not even hold on to your bike as the wind was blowing it away.
It was so terrible, such that it's not the first time it has happened. But the last time it happened, the race went on because it didn't push them out like this. And the other time, there was lots of rain. It did not make them stop. But this time, it was so severe, such that it was cancelled. It is a 107-kilometer race. Already, it had been cut down to, I think, like 78 kilometers because there was a planned protest that had nothing to do with the race itself. Now, everyone is saying that I came from Joburg. Some people even came from abroad. And I paid my participation
I didn't get
fee.
to ride.
I flew to Cape Town. I booked a hotel and all of that. Terms and conditions, everything is there. We can't play against natural weather. No one is, except for the man upstairs if he's there. So the race was cancelled. You are not getting your money back. It's going to continue again next year. Try and register. Try and enter. Let's see. Maybe you can surpass the 35,000 number that had come in for this year.
Athletics fans in Johannesburg would have been excited tonight because of what took place in Potchefstroom as the Speed Series came to town. Udo Karelse is the man who was on the scene for us at the Speed Series, and there were some huge names in action. Names like Caster Semenya, who was on top form tonight, and I want to hear from Udo what he thinks and what took place as far as the Speed Series tonight. Udo, where are you, and can we join you in terms of giving us your assessment?
Well, thank you, Thomas. Of course, we are in Potchefstroom, the hometown, working hometown of none other than Caster Semenya, who tonight surprised, running at the 3,000 meters and winning it. But our first race we go to is the men's 400, where Karabo Sibanda was in action.
Karabo Sibanda coming around this bend, looking so comfortable. Just glancing to his inside there, and right on the inside is Oscar Mavundla running very well, it seems. But it is Karabo Sibanda coming through with this one from lane 8, maybe trying to emulate Wade van Niekerk here. But let's look at the time for Sibanda, 45.09 seconds.
And a World Championship qualifier for Karabo Sibanda, the winner of the C Race 400 meters men.
Win for Sibanda, of course, and a man who has also now qualified for the World Champs later this year on 2 occasions. We move on, though, to the 200 meters. Akani Simbine was in action.
And it's Akani Simbine, brilliant first 100 from the man in blue. Isaac Makwala is chasing, so too is Clarence Munyai. Akani knows this, he's going away from them. Akani Simbine is winning this one. Not as fast as he's run before. 20.33 for Akani Simbine. Akani Simbine asserting his dominance in the longest sprint tonight. 20.32 his final time for the win. Isaac Makwala finishing second, just ahead of the junior Clarence Munyai.
So now, effectively, Simbine has run 2 World Championship qualifications over the 200 meters. He's competing in the 100 meters this weekend, and he says he wants to be a champion of South Africa again. Sunet Viljoen also making it a World Championship qualification distance this evening. With that, though, we leave you from the ASA Speed Series number 3.
Thank you, Udo, for the update there. I'm sorry I missed it. Every week we're here and we're missing out on the great athletics that's taking place around the country. At least SABC Sport is bringing it to you. But now, let's talk about another story that is shocking. That's the only word that you can use for it. The world is up in arms about what's going on in Brazilian football because there's a goalkeeper named Bruno who is a really good goalkeeper. But he got sent to prison for 22 years. Now what's happening?
He's been signed by the 3rd Division champions of Brazil, which sparked a lot of controversy in that country simply because he had gone to jail for murder.
His girlfriend.
Murdering his ex-girlfriend at the time. Now, the story is that he served like 7 years of a 22-year jail sentence for murdering his ex-girlfriend, who was the mother of his son. And wait for this, he fed her body to the dogs.
So they sent him to jail, 22 years. His lawyers then say, we want to appeal.
Yes.
They win the right to get an appeal. The judge says he can come out of prison now while the appeal is
going on.
And then a club comes in and said, hey, daughter, you were going to go to the World Cup in Brazil. You're a keeper. Come and play for us in the meantime.
While you play for us in the meantime, the public is divided down in the middle. Others are saying that let's wait for the outcome. Others are saying that there is no way that I'm even going to attend soccer matches where this man is playing.
Sponsors have pulled out already, saying,
the
why is this guy
out.
involved?
We are not going to be associating with this.
If he's out, should he be playing football? Should a club be allowing him to play?
Murder is something that cannot be condoned. He went to prison after getting a 22-year jail term. They appealed. He is out. So the processes of Brazil are saying that he can be out while that is happening.
His club says, we didn't free him.
Of course.
He's free.
He's
out,
the justice system,
and we are just going and signing a footballer.
I'm agreeing with you, but at a moral point of view, because I will think that the players of the club have got girlfriends and wives. The supporters of the club, some of them may be female. Even those who are made are sons of mothers. So it will say to you, what message are you bringing across to someone who murdered his ex-girlfriend, the mother of his son, and fed her body to the dogs? It doesn't send the right image. And it was not only supposed to go to the World Cup, Thomas. It was also being scouted by AC Milan.
We'd love to hear your perspective on that story. It does provide a really interesting dilemma. Should a guy who's out of prison be allowed to earn a little bit of money? Maybe he needs to pay his legal fees, all of these things, by playing football? Or should he just not be allowed to do it, even though he is allowed to do it? What's the moral obligation there? Now, let's bring him in. South Africa's one and only sports comedian. He is undefeated in 4 years of sports comedy on your favorite show, SPORTAT10. Here he is, the shampooizer, the heavyweight of humor.
Hey, double BK.
Shampoo,
Thomas.
Hola, hola.
I'm expecting a call from a coach because I mean really was struggling. They need someone with attitude they didn't nurse. About the straight. They have straight to the point. But you know, I feel like I'm getting old. Double BK. I'm getting gray hair.
Like me?
Yeah, I'm getting gray hair.
Why?
Yes, sir. So gotta get the Pirates. Because Pirates are too fat. Yo, Pirates are too fat. Eric Tinkler went to Pirates looking like Maps Maponya.
Yeah.
Came out looking like a white humasi girl. Where's now? Yo, Pirates are too fat. Pirates are too fat. Pirates hasn't won. How long does it take for Pirates to win, Batu?
They won now. They just won in the Nedbank Cup.
The Pirates take forever. Like, even service delivery doesn't take that long. Those people, for that long, Pirates.
It's been 11 games, though, in the league. 11
Technically,
games.
they haven't won against anyone. They won against that team. Give them a BCCSA. What's that team? Yo, Pirates.
The Broadcasting Complaints Commission.
Yeah, what's that?
ECBs.
ECBs. I know that team. I knew something was wrong when they rocked up. About Perugar Swallows. I'm like, Lina, Swallows. Swallows like this. Like, they are beasts, Joe. I saw Coach Petrol. That's really doom. Coach Petrol. But shout out to ECBs, man. These people, Batata Stadium, it was so packed and good. Kosa girls were there. Calamine was trending. It was proper. It was very nice. Let's game it. It was a good outing, man. All Kosa girls were there, like, you know, it was cool. It was a moment. But thank you, SABC. You know, global warming is real when you switch on your TV and you see Jomo Cosmos winning. I'm like, you? This is real. Am I watching SABC Encore? Is it today? Really? Cosmos is winning.
The golden oldies.
By 3 goals. I even saw Braje didn't know whether to celebrate. I would sell the fourth official. Sorry. Shy. Oh, all right. Shy again. I'm like, oh, Nedbank Cup, one side. No, Pirate about winner. Cosmos talking athletics. I saw like Wade Paniker tried his hand on 100 meters and with the 100 meters. And people like, yo, but wait, you are a star. You're supposed to win. I'm like, that's not his race. He was out of character. Don't pressurize the man. It's like expecting Casta to replace Bonango top billing. Wait. Relax, sit down. In 1 minute, wait for nigger is what he did. But the biggest story of the year right now, Sundowns. Yeah, man, Sundowns. Pulukwani City people. Pulukwani City Thomas. Those people are dressed like Oros. They have a coach. They don't have a coach. Coach Ana voice. The only coach I saw without a voice in the world. Because if you are a coach and don't have a voice, either you were singing with the audience or you were preaching. But you know what? Just because we don't have time, shout out to Tshepo Shabalala, 50 goals and everything, and it's not even a striker. Gabuz.
Are you fine?
That was hard.
Let's go to the topic.
That one was that was a goal. Let's move on and update you as to what we want to hear from you. What are your views on South Africa losing the right to host the 2020 Commonwealth Games? BBK broke it down nicely for us. Tell us what you think. That we're not going to host. Are you upset? Are you sad? Are you okay? Not really your problem. We'd love to hear from you. It's time for a break. After the break, we will be welcoming them into the studio, and we will also be looking right after the break at the highlights of the matches from the Nedbank Cup. Then it's the netball boys. Yes, men play netball, but they have to wait. After the break, it's football.
Umbrella for the weather. What's going on here? When I have to ask your wife and kids to step out from under the umbrella. What? Step out from under the umbrella. Let's go. Come on, let's go, let's go. It's 1 person per umbrella, sir.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
No, sir. Once activated, only contract owner can enjoy UV bandwidth protection.
My feet are burning.
Daddy, his feet is burning.
You wouldn't let him split up your family. Why let your network do it? Get new Telkom Free Family. 1 cell phone contract that lets your whole family share data and minutes and save from just $6.99 a month.
When it comes to baking, there are just 2 ingredients that bring out the magic of homemade: love and Golden Cloud. The secret of Golden Cloud is in the softness that makes it rise fluffy and light every time. Golden Cloud puts the magic in homemade. It makes those special occasions extra special. Imagine their smiles. Now go bake it with quick, convenient and easy to use Golden Cloud Ready Mix. Golden Cloud, the secret's in the softness.
Get double your data when you purchase data on the My Vodacom app. Download the app today on SA's first and best 4G network. Vodacom, power to you.
When you need relief from pain that keeps working without having to reapply, try Transact patches. Transact lasts up to 2 times longer than gels. Stop at nothing.
Oi, how about a little more sunlight and a lot less fridge light? Well, have I got just a thing for you? It's the big deal from Telkom. For March only, shave up on FreeMe 1 gig with a free fitness band and an extra 10 gigs night surfer data every month. Plus a free SD card, all with a Huawei Nova and a 300 jingles a month. Stocks are limited, so lace up your trainers and move it. Only from SA's best mobile broadband provider. It's the big deal and it's a winner.
Play now and share your hashtag Fanta photobomb.
Welcome back. A lot of you anxious to see the goals that took place in both the Nedbank Cup and the goals that didn't take place in the ABSA Premiership. So let's go straight to it. Mamelodi Sundowns, they had their encounter against Polokwane City. You heard the Shampunizer talking about it. It ended up being a 0-0 draw, and questions will start to be coming up about, well, Sundowns may have won in the Champions League, but domestic form is starting to look a little bit shaky.
On hand, not points guaranteed. Sundowns failing to beat a Polokwane City side that didn't have a coach, that before this game had played 5 draws, and before that had lost 2 games. So, like, it's not like as if Sundowns aren't playing. They're creating the chances, but they're not just scoring them.
And I heard Pitso Mosimane come out and say maybe a Keegan Dolly's missed, and he's looking at Percy Down saying he's starting to be overworked.
I think that we've always said that Sundowns is a team that is star-studded. So an exit of one player should not necessarily bring about the fall of the club. Like I'm saying, it would be one thing if they were not creating the chances. They are just not getting them in the net. And also maybe there is also that element in the players to say, we've done the Champions League, we've done the FIFA Club World Cup, we've won the Super Cup, but still, there's still matches to be played. They've been a great team for almost over a year now, and they've been able to achieve the things that they've been achieved. Maybe Pitso Mosimane, Rulani and Mangoba need to try and light that fire in their belly again to get them to go. I mean, Percy Tau, a lot of scoring chances going his way. He just needs to find a fine finish and finesse that art of getting the ball into the net.
You saw that Sundown support, and it was one of those nights where the ball just won't go over the line. Now, moving on to the Nedbank Cup action, starting out with the match between Royal Eagles and SuperSport United. You know Royal Eagles, dangerous team from the National First Division. SuperSport United right up at the top of the Premier League, and it turned into a match worth watching, BBK.
It turned out to be an excellent match, worth watching indeed, and SuperSport getting towards the goal, and the man who's been getting the goals for them of late, Tshepo Gumede.
And Agakore Lamakola, obvious.
At last.
He does
finishing
like that needed a lot of finishing.
It comes from Pretoria University, so you can understand it's educated the way he finishes.
Then Jeffrey Dlamini, the other side of the park, poor marking from SuperSport United.
It's a beautiful, beautiful goal. Goalkeeper could have done better. Maybe the defender should have tried and tackled. But they said it is the Nedbank Cup. It is a game of the David taking on the Goliaths. That was the team with you guys on Soccer Zone, and they did prove this. But Jeremy Brockie, he's another man who, once he starts firing, is not going to stop. What a nice finish. Unmarked. Thank you very much. We're taking our stage to the next game in terms of SuperSport United, last 16-year Day Cup.
The defending champions are through to the next round of the Nedbank Cup. And then we look at what Tshepo United did against Witbank Spurs. We saw Dan Malisela.
Great to see him back. I mean, we all heard that there was a scare with his heart condition, going to hospital, being admitted, but they're getting their goal there, and it is a wonderful one coming from the boots of Lerato Manzini, and they are also through to the next stage of the competition. There they are celebrating their way and saying it's happy to have our coach back.
1-0, Tshepo United go through, Witbank Spurs out. Moving on, we've got the match that had Cape Town All-Stars up against Bidvest Wits, and opening goal.
Mokgagolo Dingwele, the man from Botswana, the international from Gaborone, getting the opening goal. And he was not done here, because he said, if I can catch one, I can also get a second one. Getting himself a wonderful brace. What a lovely touch. What a fine finish. Goalkeeper, maybe, should have been a bit better on this line. And it is great to see the students showing awusuthu olmapeshankone ukuthi hlalani ehlathini bafana bakithi.
Ngele really also making a case for himself in terms of playing me a little bit more regularly in the league competition. I've got goals in my boots, and he's shown a brace tonight, putting the pressure there on Gavin Hunt, which very quickly takes me to the fact that we've got Champions League encounters coming up this weekend. Bidvest Wits involved in one of the Al Ali are coming to South Africa.
Wits played a great game. They pushed Al Ali all the way until they conceded a very late goal, but it's only 1-0. They scored playing at home. They are coming to play here in South Africa.
The Bidvest Stadium is the place to be.
It is a place to be. Wits night, it's compact and all of that. And we know as South Africans now that Al Ali can be beaten. Pirate did it. Mamelodi Sundowns did it. Wits can surely do it.
And Sundowns have a trip up to Kampala where they'll also be looking to try and get through that encounter. But Bidvest Stadium this weekend, I know, to see one of the Egyptian giants up against Bidvest Wits, if you're not there, I'm going to say it early. What are you doing? It's time for a quick break. And we'll be back after the break with a sport that I know you're going to want to make jokes about. So we're banning Shampunaiza from being even involved in this side of the thing. But we're going to talk about men's netball because it is a serious sport. And we do give national colors. We have a national team. Men's netball after this.
You can't put a price on the first sip of champion beer. So we didn't. Get an extra 60 mil on us.
Yo. Great breaking. Oh, let's go to our eye in the sky.
Simon from up here, that link change looked amazing.
Breaking news, we're all waiting for Simon to arrive.
Simon!
Simon, I'm a huge fan, man. Please sign this for me, brother, please. Who should I make this out to? My name is Chad. There you go. Thank you so much, man.
Welcome to a world where good driving is celebrated and rewarded. Discovery Insure. Motor insurance that rewards good driving.
Wait. It's what we did when we couldn't get our quality ingredients. We stopped brewing and waited until we could. Here's to 100% pure beer. Here's to never compromised. Not back then, not ever.
Whether it's a new addition to your family, a renovation to the inside, or the outside of your home, a chance to get ahead, or simply to see the world. Take advantage of life's opportunities. Apply for a loan of up to 150,000 Rand from Direct Access, a company you can trust. SMS your SAID number to 42061.
Guys, Yinlan.
Gauteng.
Hey? You saw it. You got a glimpse of it. We'll show you a little bit more of it as the interview goes on, but that was a little glimpse of men's netball. It is a real sport. It is a sport that's growing around the world. It's been around since the 1980s. It came out basically in Australia. South Africans have been doing it for the last 13 years. Our men are playing netball. I've got two men here in the studio, Philip as well as Shiko, to tell me a little bit about it, because these are two of the best men's netball players in the game. Gentlemen, welcome to it. Can we start first of all by just checking, Guti, are you guys married, family lives, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm married to a beautiful wife. Her name is Linda Gutleng.
Yeah.
Now. And we have 2 kids.
So Philip plays for the Gauteng Diamonds as a goal shooter.
Goal shooter, yes.
Endlini, when you told the wife, Witty, I'm going to play netball and you goal shooter, what did she say?
At first, I was skeptical and fed to it. And then a man playing netball, but...
Always the case. And then...
But she meeting netball now. So everything is smooth, right?
I'm coming to another question. Let me just check with Shiko here very quickly. So Shiko, what's your story?
Yeah, when I started, I think it was actually primary school. You know, it's sport. At the end of the day, it doesn't actually...
What primary school was that?
Matlapane, Deba Mutlaki.
Randfontein.
Sure.
A primary school, but like netball.
Netball.
Abakwaranga, nota.
You always get there.
Yeah.
CP no, we used to that, you know.
Yes.
But eventually, sport, it chooses you, I think. So, Tina, eventually, you know what? See, Tate would like, it's a place where we get solace and then, where just rehab and all of that.
And you're not only just an average netball player. Udlale center.
Sure.
You're the guy with the C.
With a C.
On the C.
Sure.
But you're not just average.
Yeah.
You won a massive award at some point. What did you do?
2013, we had it was actually a world tour where Australia, Kenya, and other surrounding countries actually came about. So I was actually elected Central Court Player of the world. And I've been...
So the best men's Central Court player in the world in 2013 was Shiko.
Yes.
Women's netball.
Women's netball.
And then what does your girlfriend say?
She's in love with me and everything that I do. Completely.
I want to hear some of the insults, though.
Sure.
Because I could think of a lot. But it doesn't affect you. But you know, he's sportsman, he's South Africa, but what sport?
Netball. Yeah, netball, but no, you're one of those.
And then, how do you defend yourself? What do you say to defend the sport?
No, you don't defend yourself. You just say, you know what, netball, that's it. It's reality. So I cannot defend it. Netball, so get used to it.
And I hear it's actually quite a rough sport, especially the way the men play it.
It is.
Because I've always had that impression with Antintani, you know, hand in the air, nobody touches each other. That's not the case in men's netball.
It's not. You know what, they always say it's a non-contact sport, but get in the field and you find out, and especially with the rules now changing every year. And with the guys, it's not like what you see on TV with the ladies. It's quite more physical.
Especially with Paul Malsa.
You know, I'm telling you. Quite
rough.
Very rough, Baba. Avuga panty. To stick up my ankle, then it's hectic like background in it.
Playing for your country.
Yeah.
National colours.
Yes.
This team exists, eh?
Yes.
There is a men's national netball team.
Yeah.
It's not a rumor.
Yeah. It started in 2002.
And you played?
Yeah, I was in that first team that was selected in South Africa. In 2002, that was in Kempton Park. Then we went to Lesotho. Then I've been on that team for 5 years,
The other thing, though, is that, and I want to get the name right, the International Federation of Netball Associations. So it's like IFIFA netball.
Yeah, IFNA.
Yeah.
They are born as guys. But men's netball exists. You guys are just not serious.
Honestly, there's no international games whatsoever. But Yazi, in the country, honestly speaking, Netball South Africa is doing all that it can to actually promote the guys. And we are actually, you know what, happy about that. But currently, it's actually the system that we have to actually adapt to. Because most of the guys are not registered. So now I'm happy that we are telling them now to go register on a federation as well.
But how does it feel that you're playing a sport that even the governing body of netball thinks is only for women?
It's hectic, honestly speaking, Honestly, it melts down to passion, like, you know what, we're not only playing, some of us are coaches even as well. In all the high schools, primary schools, last Promacon, we've got teams, we've got clubs, we go to all these courses, we do all of this. Then eventually, we are not getting the support that we are actually hoping to get.
Because no sponsor, no $1 million contracts. You guys have to be athletic to do these things. You chose a sport that really surprises a lot of people. I mean, I'm looking at the visuals here, and I'm looking at you guys playing, and it's still something that's surely people are a little bit shocked even when they come to watch.
I know they are. You know what? We are actually in a country where everything is actually developing now. I feel that gender equality now has really to be embraced in sports. Yeah, when we have banyana, they're in soccer and all of that. And I'm telling you, gender equality, it's all about that. Now we're moving into that direction now.
So now, let's quickly talk about, which is the most interesting part, is that netball is not at the Olympics. It's not an Olympic sport, even for the women. But I'm told that men's netball could be the key to women even being allowed and the sport of netball being at the Olympics.
Yes, it is true.
Ganjai.
It is true. I mean, like, it's actually a sporting code that has two genders into majority. I feel like, all these years, why not give it a try and see if it will
So if you had more men playing, there'd be more interest in the world, there'd be more possibility that the votes would come in to say, let's put netball into the Olympic Games, because as it stands, it's not. So you guys are pioneers. You guys are at the front there. You are the first of the men who may actually make this sport an Olympic sport.
Exactly. Wing attack.
Then I want to play wing attack because
definitely
that WA, I need that on my chest.
Very comfortable.
Very
comfortable.
You position it right.
Yeah.
No pressure.
No.
Why?
You are taking the ball, then you make sure that the wing defense chase you. So it's not difficult like goal shooter and goalkeeper.
Okay, Philip, I have a problem with you because I want you to stand up a little bit, and I just need our cameras to follow us here a little bit. I just need you to stand up a little bit because if you come stand here next to me, I'm well known not to be tall.
Yes.
You play goal shooter.
Yes.
Now, goal shooter, when I watch the women's games, those women are the tallest ones on the field. And then udlali goal shooter.
It's all in here.
How do you shoot? Because auntie, the tall person will just come then you can't score.
I score like more than 50 goals in a match.
Shorty. What makes you so dangerous?
It's experience. That is why I say it's all in here.
But netball is supposed to be for tall people. No, that's what I see on TV when I watch them. They're all tall. I've interviewed netballers. They are all here, except for center, Emapalina, either side, defense, attack. I'm a giant bonke.
It doesn't mean even if Maudlali center, you can be as tall as whatever. Technique in your coach, you go to Funan at the end of the day. Yeah, it comes or it amounts to that. Eventually.
What is the one thing that you guys would like to see change? How do we get the sport more well known? What is the big thing that could make the big difference to get men's netball from being guys making jokes, good to see Pisketti, what? Because I see you. I think you met your wife there, so this is a good tactic, and it's a sport I think I need to maybe think about, because I'm gashati. So maybe ngizongena la kule netball and find the right person there. Sure, but what do you need?
I'd say support. One, we need exposure as well, so the guys can know that, you know what, it's not just the sport orientated with the females only. There are males who actually play out there. Even when you go to clubs, the smaller clubs, you find there is a male or whatnot. So we need to make sure that all of this we get recognition on.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for being with us today and educating South Africa on men's netball. Ikona bengazi yabona. Ikona men's netball, and you were like, yeah. Tips uring.
Hey, Thomas, athi zedlala netball. Dude. Ukayidlala wena? Never. Wabona na mfethu ke netball nekilo level la dipenti. Ma chance lena le re bontsha. Hey, you know you are jump away from basketball. It's like mama how we are shopping. Are the jeans very nice, ma kupa the leggings. Thomas, back
I'm
to
leaving
you.
Tips alone. I'm not going to touch that. We're going to a break. He's sitting right next to Orlando Pirates' new man, Teminkosi Lorch, who is not really a new man. His career is actually very interesting, and some of the pains that he went through to become a Pirates first-team player will interest you. He didn't just walk into the first team. It's been hard for him. Find out how after this.
This is the science of tough. Brutal torture tests designed to challenge the Ford Ranger's capability and durability. Built to take on the world, they were thrown in the deep end. Driven to the limits, analyzed, and then tested some more. We raised the ante and dropped a few surprises. The science of tough is all the proof you need that the Ford Ranger is tough, done smarter.
How often we forget our greatness. We measure ourselves against the world. Yet we forget that our greatest stories come from the humblest places. Our future will not be written by the great strides of yesterday, but by the ones we take today.
When you need relief from pain that keeps working without having to reapply, try Transact patches. Transact lasts up to 2 times longer than gels. Stop at nothing.
Every morning before the sun comes up, she made my coffee in my favorite cup. That's why I know.
Enjoy the delicious aroma in every cup of Jacob's Kroning. Jacob's Kroning brings us closer.
Indigestion and heartburn? You could experience a sour taste in the mouth or a burning sensation in the throat, the chest, the stomach discomfort, or even heaviness.
Don't let indigestion or heartburn symptoms slow you down. Always reach for Eno. Eno works on 6 symptoms of heartburn. It gets to work in 6 seconds, so you can keep on living life non-stop. Eno, fight indigestion and heartburn fast.
This is the reason you have been born. This is our night, because tonight is not night. Salsicha, vamos.
Up your game with Heineken. Dial star 120 star 222 hash, enter your underliner code, and you could win tickets to the UEFA Champions League final.
Welcome back. Most of you are loving the fact that you didn't know the sport of men's netball, but there's always that one person who has something negative or a little bit humorous to say. And it's Sheen Tlantla on Twitter who says, SPORTAT10, men are taking all the female jobs. Now netball. Ow, next thing we'll hear they're giving birth. How? Anyway, moving on to some of the others that you had. Rivalani says, we used to play netball back in school at Matsambu High School. I was in grade 11 back in 2007. And then there was one tweet here that I really like, and it spoke about equality, and it was Mzwandile who says, women can play soccer and they're recognized by FIFA, but guys can't play netball, and we're still talking about gender equality. Yeah, it does seem a little bit unfair. Now coming into the studio is Temenkosi Losh, the man who is playing for Orlando Pirates, and he is a man of the match in the Soweto Derby, scoring goals. Welcome to SPORTAT10. How are you, Temenkosi?
I'm okay, thanks.
And speak up, my man. We need to hear that volume, please. That's, let's start there. Temenkosi is your first name. Marozwa Free State. Joang.
Tlhaga Bloemfontein go Pelindaba. Moga ke Mxhosa. Ntatwa ke Msotho.
Yeah.
But moga ka ngkhodisitse ampuisa Sotho.
So then Xhosa?
How
mnati ka sona?
Kazama nje.
Hanyani fela. Okay. And the football career. Now your dad, ne? Ki club owner. You started there? You started playing football for your dad's team?
And like I started go Brepna, Bloemfontein. School towards a scholarship, then I decided to move on tatwaka. then I fitla na team ya Castle. So ke then lezi season then kaya ko Maluti. Then ko Maluti imedlala Vodacom.
Maluti Ela Eshapileng Pirates back in the days in the Nedbank Cup 4-1. You played for that Maluti FET.
Yeah.
But were you in that team?
No.
Or you were not part of the 4-1?
Yeah.
The next year?
But then teaming.
But not in the team that played that day. Okay.
So at last season they to promote the team to NFT. At last season we three ka tola contract the Pirates.
But you see, he tells the story, but he forgets to mention one important thing. He got the team to NFT and then left when it got relegated. Okay, hear the whole story. Maluti high relegated. It's a go FAT. Wabale, but Pirates are etlaga moment.
Yeah, it's like a promotile.
And then hi, it's
Pirates.
Pirates come knocking.
Yeah,
and say, listen, come and sign with the club.
Yeah, and they loaned me to Cape Town All Stars.
But that was the beginning of the pain in your life because.
Yeah, because I expected the regular dlala. Like obviously, I was saying Pirates excited. But people not dlala. So I get disappointed. But the like more football.
No, but before we go far, because you come to Pirates, ne? You're still a youngster, in your 20s, early 20s. Did you get a chance to train? What happened? Because then you went to Cape Town All Stars.
Season I go Paris. I train too. Like I got for a chance.
Speed, but I'm on a tracksuit. We are Cape Town.
Yeah, I got a chance.
And then the next year you came back and thought, okay, here's my chance now.
Yeah, Nikile go Kosafa.
Udlala Shakes took you to Kosafa.
Yeah. Then after Kosafa, I go Japan. Then I khutla. I got a chance to gym. I go cheaper.
Now your dad had to talk to you because I'm told at some point you were feeling very sad. You were actually unhappy that you were even a Pirates player.
Yeah, you know, because we understand football. We love bualing it's because it's important to go.
So you play for Tshepo. Dan Malisela was your coach at Cape Town All Stars. He was your coach at Tshepo. You do well. You're scoring goals. Tshepo are doing very well. Then Pirates come and say, come back. Loni Fedile, come back now in January.
Yeah, until season so Makala December. Mr. Mpenge Sanju already Bampata Peg. Yeah,
and before we talk, because your debut, your PSL debut, that's a story I nearly forgot about talking about. You got your first Premier League debut, Tshepo Free State Stars. Arubuaga game omen. What happened?
Yeah, negative to be honest, because since he gave me the Obapala PSN, so he got a chance then.
Nah, tell me, because he never tells the whole story. He doesn't. You see, he thinks I don't know, but I actually do know. You created 2 goals that game. My first half, game is sakala fella. You had to go to the ref and say, "Ref, kupo ya toilet." What was going on? Kitty nerves. We are toilet. He came in kala.
But
Dan Malisela said, we all ate the same food. So I can say, oh, we are guy. Was it nerves? Is it really that much pressure? Yeah, first game in the top division.
Yeah, never assume. But after 2 touching and
2 touch the toilet. Those guys 2 touch 2 touch toilet, come back, then I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
Then you now get a chance. They name you in the derby. That is Soweto derby. First derby ever. You come out man of the match, man. If you were scared, go Free State Stars, Tshepo game, then how did it feel for the derby?
Like, hey, like I never like a check ground.
Like 80,000 people.
What?
Huh?
Like ngadlala mo. Awuna next.
Awuna next.
Ngidlala ibhola kithi kwamfana.
And then Team Yajiwa, it's 1-0 down, you get your opportunity, and you didn't play like someone who was scared. Early on, you were willing to take shots. The ghost in the stand, you were not scared of them. Hey, Hakime sa batlong bua, next thing signal, hey, someone.
Like, like, before game start, nigel nervous, ma, like a buelin na for. Cause coach bulel na game ke ona game ka iketsa lebitso ka yona. So tlamelo dlale bolo e tseba o skanana ka tse dintsi tse ka side.
It was a great game. You've now gone on to score against SuperSport United as well. What's your position? Left wing, right wing, central midfielder?
Right wing, left wing.
Oratatson. Unkabat. What can we expect from you now? You now have got your chance. You didn't get it for 2 years. You now have the Pirates jersey on your back. What can we expect?
I got we can under pressure, but I think it will be a regular team recently. Yeah, like I wanna know Dylan said recently, but Dylan will change.
And 11 games in the league. Let's say we need game.
Yeah, it's a lot of football.
The 80th anniversary. Bucks fans are looking for some motivation. How motivate?
Yeah, how motivate. Like no, it's not net banking. We can net banking. Yeah.
I give feeling, man. I give feeling. Is it a roach or fella, or is it really possible? Really? This team is improving that much?
Yeah, improving.
The new coach, you like him?
Too much.
Temingosi Loch, thank you very much for being with us tonight. It's good to have a little bit of insight. And you didn't go to the toilet before the interview, no? Because today was your biggest crowd, 1.5 million people. Thank you very much to him. He's now used to it. It's time for a quick break. After the break, we'll talk to these two gentlemen who will be coming into the studio. You listen to them in the afternoons. One of them is marrying Zahara. I can't wait for the story. Stay with us as Amaz and Changa, as well as Reggie Solani. Come on.
Everyone is talking about Facebook, and now you too can enjoy free Facebook only from Vodacom. Go to facebook.com or dial *111*32#. Use your Vodacom number to set up your Facebook profile and join Facebook Flex. Stay connected to friends and family anytime, anywhere. Post, share, update without worrying about costs. Only on SA's first and best 4G network. Vodacom, power to you.
It's not something we think about very often. The ways in which each one of us makes contact with the earth. But it's something Bridgestone has obsessed about for many years. Your connection to this planet is your journey. And that's our passion.
You can suffer from different types of pain. Nurofen knows this, which is why it's suitable for 10 of your most common pains. It works with your body and acts at the source of pain, giving relief for up to 8 hours. Ask your pharmacist about Nurofen for targeted relief from pain for up to 8 hours.
41, 42, ice cream.
Remember what Mom said? No food till?
No food till hands are Dettol clean.
Dettol? Here, without water?
Dettol. Anytime, anywhere.
The good habits we teach them at home will now stay with them outside. Because Dettol hand sanitizer protects from 100 illness-causing germs just like Dettol at home. That's why moms trust Dettol Clean.
Sometimes stomach acid rises and ends up in the wrong place, causing pain. Unlike conventional antacids, Gaviscon soothes within 3 minutes and creates a protective barrier that keeps stomach acid where it belongs for up to 2 times longer. Stay on top of heartburn and indigestion with Gaviscon Plus.
Meet Lungile. He's stressed. The boss, meetings, deadlines. But worst of all, he's stressed at home. When you're physically hurt, you don't hesitate to go to the doctor. But then why do most men refuse to seek help when they have problems in the bedroom? It's not a weakness, but a medical problem that can be treated. At Men's Clinic International, we get results. WhatsApp us on 072-315-2574 or SMS HELP to 32110.
Welcome back. Now, here we go. If you listen to the radio, you've heard these two men, you know what they do, and they are now about to take on the Sport at 10 quiz. Reggie, good to have you with us.
Thank
Amaza,
you.
good to have you with us.
I
can't even go far before, because Reggie, you know, there's an elephant in the room. The first question everyone wants to know, Amaza is engaged.
Wow.
He's going to be, according to media reports, now
I think you're supposed to ask
okay, well,
him.
no, I'm just saying, the media report you're calling.
In fact, you don't believe everything you read.
No, but I mean, I have to believe that you and Zahara met at age 13, then you dated from 2011, you heard her album, you thought she was amazing.
I still think she's amazing.
Apparently, at some point, you even said you didn't even know that it was the same girl that you knew when you were 13 years old. And then heard the song and said, I'm going to marry this person. Did you actually say that?
Yeah, well, it's very nice to be here. Thank you so much for inviting us, man. You know the show like every Wednesday.
Reggie, is this how he just avoids questions?
I tried to teach him as a producer. He must just stick
to the question.
To the question. All the time. That's what I try to do.
So, last opportunity.
All right.
Are you about to be married?
Well, elders, Mchana, don't say anything about anything. You know, just get there, be nice, look good, and make Thomas look good too.
There we go. I'm going to leave it there because actually, I'm a sports show, so I don't need the rest of the information. However, gentlemen, you guys are doing it. I mean, you really are. The show is huge. The station, 5 million listeners. Amaza, you've been doing it forever. Since what?
Since I joined Umhlobo in 2005.
12 years.
Yeah. Yeah, we have been pushing. We've been pushing. So it's been nice.
And then Ureji Mtolab?
Ureji ngimtobile. Ureji ndienda boni talent. Ureji bepangela kwesinye station esincane. Very, 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 very small station.
Some 40,000 listeners.
No, not even 40.
No, his show had 40,000. I'll speak for Reggie.
So that we management up in FM. There's something, Reggie. You know, there's something, but if you're not, you know, Lando.
It's that thing.
If you're not, so yeah, man.
No, when the management approached me, they told me, listen, Amaza's been doing this for a while. We need someone who's going to make him sound smarter.
So in that role.
Exactly.
And I'm hearing rumors that you guys are that hot. We may not be listening to you at 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the afternoons for long.
It's a rumor.
It's just a rumor.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Do you know anything about it?
Have you heard anything?
No.
Why are all my rumors wrong today?
Your sources, comrade.
Yeah.
Your sources.
You must check your sources.
I must check them, ne?
Yeah. Check them.
All you guys are good at denying. Because if it does happen, ne, any of the two things that I've rumored to be possible happen.
So what have you learned? What are the rumors saying?
No, just that, you know, afternoons are good, but mornings are better. I'm just hearing, we'll see another day, we'll find out more what's going on. The show, though.
Yeah.
Because afternoon is normally like, if you look at a lot of radio stations, it's normally like a women's time of the, you guys competing in that space.
Yeah.
As men in that women's afternoon slot. You don't find it tough there?
No, not at all. In fact, I think it's all about understanding about Teta Nabo at the time. And Umhlobo in FM, fortunately, we have like equal number of, you know, males and females. Abasmamela showing so, and in a producer show already, understand that Secretary General of Majimbos. So uza nalavio ya majimbos kubosi sefuna ukuvindoba nabathini bona so siyakwazi basibalancise yonke la.
I'm bringing on the shampooizer at this stage. Tips, we need you here, comrade, because These two gentlemen have refused to get deep into my questioning, so I'm even cancelling the quiz. I'm just cancelling it. It's cancelled today.
But course, I'm fit.
Bashap.
Offset, I thought, yo, nyan, this late. But guys, you know us for being like good from, Eastern Cape.
Wabafa.
No, I'm just a bribe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, guys, it's on behalf of ECBCCSP, that team in Eastern Cape.
Thanks,
but
bro.
the Pirate didn't mean to win, but yeah, it just happened.
No, it
I
was
want
good,
to go
yeah.
deep into detail. I need to practice. I'm joining the...
Oh, yeah, netball.
No, Thomas.
We're not married. Netball.
No, now tattoo.
Huh?
So, did you see the shots?
Is that your final word?
I have a tattoo, hashtag. Like, hashtags and right. You know what? EFC fighting, it's on SABC. And I'm going to talk about it every week. Every Saturday, EFC people are fighting. I've never seen someone like that so. So brutally, but you know what? See you guys next week.
Gentlemen, it's Jigilanga.
Yes,
I
sir.
love the show. It's fantastic. Catch it on Umhlobo Wenene. You'll hear these two men 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock on the afternoons. They are the best at what they do because they work for the SABC. And we are now leaving you with the words that are now famous in television. If you're not watching Sport at 10, what are you doing?
Where to?
Be new.